Hello folks, how you doing? It's David Connolly here, the web developer extraordinaire. I'm going to show you something. If you're a PHP developer, you'll be familiar with this, right? It's a Unix timestamp and it's nice. It's the amount of seconds since Bruce Lee fought Chuck Norris, but it's not much use. It doesn't speak to us. In order to do that, we're going to have to use the date function. The way the date function works is we put some stuff here, we add in our Unix thing, and hopefully it gives us a nice date. The challenge is that this stuff can be difficult. For example, if you look at the user guide, there's tons of characters and a lot of them don't make sense. A lot of them are strange. For example, if I say year uppercase Y, well, that's okay. It's going to give me a nice year. But if you want something like let's say the day number or something of the month, that's a lowercase j. What's that about? And if you want the month, that's an F. What on earth's that all about? Now, most developers deal with that by writing classes of some sort, like maybe something like this. And, they'll call upon this whenever they need to use the date or write the date and time in some way. But I think that this is one of these very rare instances whereby dates and times are so important that it's worth memorizing this stuff. So in this video, I've got a bunch of random dates and times and whatnot, and I'm going to show you how to do stuff like this, okay? So for example, Monday, the 18th of, and we'll have February 2011 at, like that. I'm going to say there's the hours here, there's the minutes, there's the seconds, and there's the AM. So how the hell did I do that? Okay, this one here is actually a bit too easy. This one here, I don't really need to put much thought into that. That would be basically just this here. And of course, we would pass in our little timestamp thing with that. I'll comment this one out. And I'm not using any notes here, you know. So for example, here's an American one. I don't use this too much, but that would be L, F, J, uppercase S, and then the year, like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do stuff like this. And some of it is a wee bit strange. This thing will be a bit mad. Here's a really nasty one. So this one would be D, M, J, S, Y, like that, okay? And if you're watching and thinking, that's bloody awesome. Well, if you stand by me in this video, you will be doing this soon, I guarantee it. Here's our date picker one. So that's going to be DM and uppercase Y, and then we're going to have the time like that. Okay, how about July 4th? That's going to be F and JS. Of course, it's not July 4th. I'm using today's date, but you get the idea, okay? Let's try this one. That would be the JS, and then we would have MY, something like that. And I'm not looking at any notes. I promise I'm not cheating. I'm not using any fancy software. I'm just coming in and I'm just saying JS. That would be backslashes. That would be a full month. There would be the year, and that would be that one. And then this one. So the question is, how on earth am I doing this? But more importantly, how can you do this? Because it will save you from having to read this stuff, and it will save you from having to load classes and things. Well, the answer is it's kind of a combination of trickery and also just memorization. If you take something like this here, the good news is that there's a whole lot of this that is kind of obvious, kind of self-evident. For example, I've already said that Y, if I can get the right page, that Y is the year, right? So that's kind of cool. That saves us a bit of work. That means we don't need to worry about the year. If we wanted the year to be 2 digits, what do you think it would be? Yes, it would be a lowercase y, you genius. Okay, so we don't need to worry about the year. That's good. Now, if you take the time here, this 10, how on earth do we do that? Well, I can tell you that the time is HIS. And you know what? That is exactly how you would have done this if you had made PHP. Seriously, I bet that's how you would have done this. And you're like, how can this be? Well, here's why. The year is a big capital Y. Now, think about hours, minutes, and seconds. The hour is lowercase because it's much less than a year. That kind of makes sense, right? And if we take hours, I'll get rid of this comment. If we think about hours, and then think about minutes, and then think about seconds, imagine if we removed the other characters and just kept the first character. We would end up with this. Do you agree? And since we're already using the M for months, by the way, so if I do this, I'm speaking to you in June, so 06, it's the month with leading zeros, that means the M is not available. So if M for minutes is not available, think about the word minute. What's the next available thing? If we've not got M, what is it? It's I. There we go. And so that's why the time is going to be hours, minutes, seconds. And you can see, like if I do that, that's fine. Now I'm looking at an AM here. Previously, I did a big AM. So suppose you're going to do something like AM, let's say like I've got there, or PM, right? Now, what character would you choose for AM in lowercase? You're looking at it. There it is right there. Okay, I happen to be in PM, but you get the idea. Now, supposing it was an AM, you want a big giant AM in uppercase or a big PM. What character would you choose? There it is. It's right in front of you. It's kind of obvious. So you might say AM like that and get rid of the seconds. And again, it's all spectacularly obvious, I think, anyway. So that leaves us with this. Okay, now is there any other low-hanging fruit here that we can get rid of? I think so. I think the of and the at, because if we go like this, echo date, and I'm just going to say like of, let's say, okay, and I'm going to do that. Well, if I do backslashes here, it's just going to chuck it on the screen. The backslashes are saying to PHP, hey man, gonna just put the thing on the screen, like don't do anything fancy. So if I write banana and go like that with backslashes, I'm saying, look, just put the word on the screen, nothing fancy, and that's that. So guess what? We have just eliminated this here and this here. So what that means is that now we've just got something like echo date, and it's going to be L, and it's going to be J, S, F, and something like that. So if you think about, for example, Monday is an L, right? Now, unfortunately, it's starting to get a bit tricky here. It's not a complete fairy tale, but we now have to associate Monday, the word Monday, with an L. So I'm visualizing. Think about it, right? Visualize it, feel the feelings. It's Monday morning, the alarm goes, oh man, Bob Geldof's on, singing I Don't Like Mondays. It's a manic Monday. It's a Monday. Oh, how do you feel on a Monday? I don't know about you. I feel lazy. I feel lethargic. I feel lackluster. I don't feel lazy. I feel lazy, you know. So I can make, oh, I banged the microphone. I can make that association quite easily, right? And if you look at the documentation here, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that you'll never use, or at least hardly ever. I mean, I'm going to take a guess that whether or not it's a leap year is probably not something you're going to use every day, right? And there's stuff here that I've never used. I've never used this swatch internet time. I don't even know what that is. I've never used the V. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here that we don't really need. And when you realize that, suddenly you realize that you're only 5 little symbols away from being able to do something incredible. Now, take these two here. This one here with the uppercase D, That's the first 3 characters of a day, and the uppercase M is the first characters of a month, so Feb, you know, Jun for June, right? So uppercase D for the day, and an uppercase M for the month, and it's the 3 characters. Now let's suppose you get this wrong. What might you say? Let's say if you're going to get it wrong. Perhaps you might accidentally say D. Perhaps you might accidentally say M. Well, who cares? I mean, all you do is say, oh, well, that was wrong, and you do that, and it's 10 seconds, and who cares? No harm done. And I'm going to say it, I don't think you need to worry about these. So let's move on. Now we've got 3 things to focus on. Can you remember that an F, uppercase F, is going to give you a full February? Can you remember that an F, uppercase F, is going to give you a full February? Of course you can. It's right in front of you. I'm practically saying it. So guess what? You don't even need to worry about that. I've already told you that Mondays are lazy. Guess what? You are now. Can you believe it? You are just one symbol away from being able to do something that probably less than 1% of web developers can do. You are just this one simple little thing away from being able to write dates and times in any format that you could reasonably hope for. American, European, anything you want. And that is all you need to memorize. Now, I could turn this into a memorization course and teach you how to memorize all sorts of stuff. But I'm not going to do it. Without any attempt to go away and meditate or anything, without any decent practice, I want us to go through this together right now without looking at any notes or anything. And let's just see if you can do this. Let's see how much you do, right? If you get it wrong, who cares? Have a laugh, remember it, try it again, right? So first one, let's try and do the date in this format right here. Let's do it together, right? We're going to echo date. Now, Monday, how do you feel on a Monday? I feel lazy. Okay, good. Let's do the month. How do you do a full month? You've got it. Then we've got that awkward little bastard. How do you do that? Okay, you've got it. How do you do the year? And I know that you got that because you are amazing. Let's refresh. Look at that. See? All right, now let's comment that out. Everybody got that. Now let's do this one, okay? We're going to echo out and we're going to say date. And we haven't done any meditation. We haven't done anything weird. Okay, so we want a full month. How do we do that? You got it. Again, everybody got it right. We're going to do the awkward little bastard. There it is. Chuck in the thing and congratulations. Isn't that awesome? Now here's a difficult one that we've not really covered. So this might catch some of you out. But I want you to just take a guess. What do you reckon? Come on, touch the screen. Somebody said a D, that's cool. Now somebody said an uppercase D, by the way. That's not cool because an uppercase D is that. But if you do a lowercase d, look at that, that's cool. So we're going to say D, let's do the M. And finally, uppercase Y gives us the year. Well done. I wonder if you got that. Right, now let's do this one, right? So we're going to say date. So this one starts off with the 18th. So what would that be? Do you remember? You've got it. Then we've got a word. We know how to deal with words. We just backslash. How do we do a full month? You know how to do this. It's an F. How do we do a year? You friggin' genius. Look at that. And we've only been here for about 12 minutes or something. Let's now do this one, right? 9th of Feb. Well, that's easy. We've practically done that already. So that would be date. And then it would be the little bastard. Now, do you remember this one here? That's the one. Yep, it's an M like that. And then we chuck in the year. All right, there it is there. 2 more, let's do them together. Now, here's one that's a bit awkward. We're going to say date. Now, this vibe here of 3 characters, it's going to be D. That limits the thing. It's going to be M, J, S, Y, like that, okay? We haven't really practiced this, but I want you to just have a go. Just have a go What's the worst that can go wrong, okay? Now let's do the nightmare one before we finish here. This is going to be Monday. How do you feel on a Monday? Lazy, okay. Here comes this thing, okay, so that's that there. We're going to have an ordinary word, so we backslash that. How do you do a full month? You've got it. How do you do a year? You know that. How do you do a word? There you go. And here's the easy part. It's hours, minutes, and then for AM, we just do an A. Well done. Well done. That's awesome. How did you do? Let me know in the comments. If you did not get them all, I want you to try this a few times. Maybe even watch this video once again. This is so worth it. This is going to make you a very productive developer, and you'll be doing stuff that hardly anyone else can do. They'll think that you're a freak of nature. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you later.